Previously on NinjaGo. With Lloyd captured by Pythor and Cryptor, the ninja must act quickly and enter the Digiverse to reboot the system via the recovered hard drive. The ninjas succeed, but Borg is taken, and the golden power from Lloyd ends up contained inside Cryptor.
Ninja! 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 Come on, we're gonna do it again. We just jump up, kick back, whip around and spin. Ninja! Jump up, kick back, whip around and spin.
Codename Arcturus. In a secret base hidden on the other side of NinjaGo, Pythor scans Cryptor on a diagnostic table. "You absorbed a great deal of the Golden Ninja's power. That's not as much as we were wanting, but it'll be enough." "Then why can't I use it?" "This form was never meant to handle the golden power, and you are quickly deteriorating. With the system rebooted, there's no jumping to a new form. If you are to survive, we must speed up our plans. Project Arcturus must launch as soon as possible." Meanwhile, on the Dark Island, Lloyd and the other ninja have gathered at the temple where Lloyd received his golden power and the ninja their elemental blades the previous season. Lloyd states that he can't fight Cryptor alone, and since the elemental blades only held a finite amount of power, he sacrifices his golden energy to unlock the elemental powers of the ninja. Sensei Garmadon complains that unlocking the ninja's elemental energies put them at risk of enemies present and future. Wu reminds him that they can't find how far they'll go without taking risks, and to have faith in Lloyd. When Pythor and Cryptor are defeated and Borg is found, perhaps then the former Lord of Darkness will rest. Garmadon counters that as the protectors of Ninjago, they don't have the luxury of rest. Back at the secret Nindroid base, Borg has once again been brainwashed and is finishing rigging up a life support system for Cryptor. Wires feed golden energy to several small batteries around the room, circulating the energy. "This is pointless. Why not just drain the energy completely?" "When I brought in Borg to work on you, he discovered that the golden energy is currently the only thing powering you. Your battery systems were destroyed in the explosion, and we have no way to recharge you in our current setup. Once Project Arcturus is complete, you'll be able to sustain yourself off the golden power without threat to your entire systems." "This is the only part of the plan, not in my databanks. What are we hoping to find with Arcturus?" "Something powerful enough to contain the golden energy. Something powerful enough that I couldn't risk anyone finding out what we're after." Back at Borg Tower, Garmadon and Wu ponder over encrypted communications that have been decoded from an Nindroid transmission. They know that a likely brainwashed Borg is being used to head up a construction project known as Arcturus, but they have no leads on what it could be. Suddenly, facial recognition lands a positive ID on Pythor. Knowing that if the Serpentine is there personally, it must be very important to them, Wu tasks Zane and Pixel with finding him the nearest ninja. Pixel starts by trying to contact Cole and Jay. Back at Ed and Edna's scrapyard, Jay and Nia work together on putting the finishing touches on the solar power engines to Zane's hacked police gunship. Cole serves as heavy lifting, placing the new engine onto the gunship. Nia checks the power reading, and after a moment, a 1% appears.
"We're charging, slowly but charging."
"How about we speed it up a little?" Jay zaps the power converters with a little bit of his lightning powers, and the power levels suddenly jump to 100%. But the sudden burst of energy causes something to short out, and all the electronics in the gunship go out.
"Jay!"
"Oh gosh, I'm sorry."
"Look, I know you have your powers back, but these crap converters can't take the amount of juice you can pour into them."
"I should have known. I'm dumb. What's the damage, Cole?" Looks like this doohickey is fried." Cole grabs part of the new engine and drops it due to the heat. It lands on the sand between Nia and Jay, and the two groan. "The power coupling, of course."
"I'll go look for another one."
Before Nia can walk off, her communication device buzzes and she answers. Holographic Pixel appears.
"Nia, we are looking for the nearest available ninja to look into a lead on Mr. Borg. Are Jay and Cole available?" "Sorry, Pixel, we're working on the gunship. It's going to be a little while yet. We'll get going as soon as we can." "Affirmative. Pixel out."
Hologram Pixel disappears. Back at Borg Tower, Zane identifies that Kai is also close to the location of the visual ID on Pythor, and Pixel radios him, interrupting the fire ninja in his flirtations with a rest stop cashier. Pixel informs Kai of the Nindroid convoy, and the fire ninja races after them. Back at Ed and Edna's, Jay approaches Ed, who's working on fixing the smasher after Nia had to cut a wire to save Jay and Cole a few episodes prior. "Hey Dad, need a hand?" "Oh sure son, looks like the black power cable was cut. I'm gonna need some more from the shed." "The black cable? You sure it wasn't a different color, like blue?" "Nope, blue's for the controls, although I suppose I could have wired it differently." "Okay, black cable coming up." Jay walks away, his face downturned at the revelation that Nia chose the black wire over the blue one, seeming to confirm his fears that she doesn't like him anymore. Back with Kai in the X1 Roadster, which gets name dropped several times more than necessary so kids know what Lego set to buy after they watch the episode, Kai's recklessness has caused Pythor to notice that the convoy is being followed and he orders the drivers to speed up. The chase scene between the Nindroid convoy and Kai goes on exactly like in the official episode. It's a fun sequence, and the score from Jay Vincent and Michael Kramer is a really fun listen. The only thing that does change is that at the end, Pythor is talking to Cryptor on the other end of the radio and not the Overlord for obvious reasons. Kai overhears that Cryptor has absorbed Lloyd's golden power and manages to tell the others before he is taken prisoner. Wu tells Pixel to summon Jay, Cole, and Nia back to Borg Tower. At Ed and Edna's, Nia looks at the slowly climbing power level on the gunship as Jay approaches.
Hey, I got it fixed and it's charging. We should be good to go in a bit.
Nia, I have a question.
Okay.
Why did you choose the black wire? Do you not like me anymore?
The black wire... Jay, I closed my eyes. It was a random decision. And just because I chose a colored wire doesn't mean I don't like you anymore. Where is this coming from?
You were keeping secrets, Nia, and talking to Cole. I just thought...
Jay, I kept the Samurai X cave a secret because it wasn't done yet. I wanted to surprise you, give us a space to work together in and keep my battle gear. And am I not allowed to talk to Cole? We've been working together as a team for how long now? I can't just have a conversation with him?
Yes, you can. It's just, we haven't gone out on a real date in a while. I know we've been busy, but I guess I was worried you weren't exactly happy being my girlfriend anymore.
No, Jay, I'm totally happy.
You don't sound it.
Well, I don't think that anyone really takes me serious anymore. I'm just your girlfriend or Kai's sister. I'm basically back to where I started before I was Samurai X. I was happy, Jay. I really was. Any doubts I had were fleeting, and then I had to step on that stupid perfect match machine and see Cole's face.
What?
No, that came out wrong. The machine doesn't work. It said my perfect match was also an apple. There were so many different people it showed. There's no way they could have all been my perfect match.
But now you do have doubts.
No, I guess, but no.
I knew it! You don't like me anymore!
No, Jay, that's not what...
Nia's communicator beeps and Pixel pops up, informing Nia that they need to return to Borg Tower ASAP. Hologram Pixel disappears.
Jay...
Save it, Nia. We need to finish this conversation later. I'll go find Cole. Back at Borg Tower, Nia, Cole, and Jay walk in and start discussing things with Wu, Garmadon, Pixel, and Zane. They deduce that Pythor wants to go to space to retrieve the remnants of Garmadon's mega weapon, since it could hypothetically channel the golden energy and make it wieldable. Looking through the historical data, they realize the ancient Serpentine studied the stars in the lost city of Ouroboros. The Ninja race there in their solar-powered vehicles, the batteries charged enough to last them during the night. Cole's been strung up underneath a rocket booster, and the Ninja quickly realize that Pythor has built a rocket. They race in to grab the launch key to stop it as Nindroids form a perimeter around the room where Cryptor is being kept. Zane and Pixel fight side by side and decide to sneak away to hopefully sabotage the rocket. The other Ninja are forced to escape the installation as Pythor turns the launch key and the rocket lifts off. The Ninja watch it rise up into the sky with Nia and Wu while Garmadon laments that they failed, and then they realize something. Zane and Pixel are missing. Sure enough, locked away in the storage hold of the Arcturus rocket are Zane and Pixel. To quote Wu from Wrong Place, Wrong Time, change anything, change everything. By this point in the season, I've made enough small changes episode by episode that this episode and the next two are really going to be radically different in some ways. This one was different because of the larger focus on the Jay and Nia subplot since it didn't have any development in the previous episode. In the original episode, when they're in the middle of a desperate search for Pythor so they can end the Nindroid threat to NinjaGo, Jay, Nia, and Cole go to a movie. For close to 2 hours, instead of hunting for the bad guys, they slack off to see a movie so Nia can choose between Jay and Cole. It's stuff like this that makes rewatching Rebooted infuriating for me. It's like if when Nick Fury came calling to assemble the Avengers, Bruce, Steve, and Natasha decide to sit out the battle in New York because they are arguing who got to date who. It's mind-boggling stupid. So I used the plot thread from a few episodes ago of Nia and the Wires to get Jay and Nia to finally have a conversation about their crumbling relationship. Nia hasn't been happy for a while, and now knowing this, it's causing Jay to have doubts about himself. We're going to have to wait until next time to see the rest of their conversation that didn't get to finish this time, and I don't think it's going to be pretty. One thing about Lloyd giving up elemental powers that I added is that Garmadon now makes a mention of enemies present and future. Garmadon being worried about the Ninja having their elemental powers and being worried about future foes is 100% a reference and setup for Master Chin next season. Because it was the next season, it's possible that the writers could have known some of the characters that would be utilized in that season, but because of the odd production, there may not have been set up than because the Hagemans didn't know about Master Chin yet. I'm pretty sure it's still somewhat unclear about what comes first, or if there's some mix of knowing together when it comes to the story and set design. Because of this, we can't know what they knew at the time of writing Rebooted without just asking them on Twitter, but regardless, I think adding in some setup for Chin in this episode is completely plausible given what we know about Garbodon's backstory. I also added in a line to explain away the fact that the elemental blades from the previous season are just forgotten about and never mentioned once, which is odd, especially since the ninja go back to the place where they received them in the first place. It seems perfectly reasonable to say that they had a finite amount of energy and the ninja used all that energy during the final battle or afterward. I guess they went to the same place the arrow blades and air jitsu went to after a time when they were no longer needed. Another big change for this episode is the end. Instead of all the ninja going to space, it's just Zane and Pixel. There's going to be a good reason for this that'll be explained next time that I don't want to give away yet, but one reason why Pixel is there is because earlier in the season, the show makes it clear that Zane can't operate at 100% and perform spinjitzu without her. Because of this, it doesn't make sense to send Zane into a combat scenario without her. So imagine my confusion when watching the official season and Zane keeps doing things on his own, even though a previous episode had just stated that he really can't fight without her. With the exception of Digiverse combat, but that's different. The next episode is a big change that I think everyone will enjoy, so I'll leave it there and see you then.